One way in which the crisis is manifesting itself is through higher water bills for consumers. And what this essentially means is that some households are unable to pay the cost of their bill, while others may just never be able to connect to the water supply. As we know, there's, over 2 billion people in the world who don't have access to a safe supply of water currently. 2 million of those actually live in the United States, believe it or not. And the cost of, the reason that these costs are rising are manifold. It could be because there's seasonality and scarcity, as Brian mentioned. And so utilities have to invest in how to deal with that. It could be cleaning up the chemicals in the water that they did not produce. Somebody else put them in there. It could be higher costs for inputs like electricity. So essentially, and in many countries, a lot of water is lost due to leaks and breakages, which is called non-revenue water. So we have a scarce resource. It's becoming more expensive to treat it. It's becoming more expensive to get it into homes. And consumers essentially pay for all this through their bills. The sad thing, really, and the part that I work on most is that the people who have not contributed to this problem at all are then sitting with these higher bills for water. And what we need to do is we need to be able to support those consumers who are the most disadvantaged to be able to pay for clean water, to be able to connect to clean water, and at the same time, assist utilities to make sure that they can serve all of their customers, not just the people who can afford clean water, but everybody. So there are ways to do this, of course. And, the one thing we have to remember is when utilities don't get any credit when everybody gets water. We only scream at them when water stops, right? So behind the scenes, they're making a lot of investments, whether that's in, technology, or it's in getting more leak detection systems, or it's in investing in reservoirs, or it's sort of minimizing wastewater flows so that they're not having to do wastewater treatment. They're doing incredible things, fixing meters all the time so that, people are being metered correctly for their water. What we aren't doing enough of is really structurally figuring out how people should be charged for water so that they are able to get water all of the time, so that they don't get disconnected from their services, so that they don't go into a crisis when they have an income shock.
A bit of a follow-up question, because you mentioned water bills. Do you think that we need to rethink water bills? And if so, what would that even look like?
So the way we need to rethink water bills is first to figure out how to support the consumers who cannot pay the water bill. For most people, a water bill should be about between 2 to 3% of their monthly income, right? And for people like you and me, we can afford that. That is okay, right? And also, if we live in smaller homes, we don't use a lot of water. Imagine that you are a family with eight people living under one roof, and you're living in Accra. 2% to 3% of your water bill is not going to be 2 to 3% of your monthly income. It's going to be 8%, 10% of your monthly income. So what we need to think through is, how do we support those families to pay their water bill? Is it going to be through making sure that we have stepwise sort of tariffing so that, they are able to get a certain amount of water for a lower price? Is it going to be to make sure that their meters are working? Is it going to be to make sure that they can, reliably get water so that they're not self-provisioning? Because another problem that happens, Frank, and it happens even in rich countries like the United States, it happens in poorer countries as well, is that when people cannot regularly have an income to pay a bill that they receive every single month, they will do a lot of self-provisioning. They might go to the well or a dug well. Look at Jakarta. Do you know how many wells were dug through Jakarta because, the people in Jakarta couldn't, and there's subsidence in the ground. So the cost of not providing an affordable service to every consumer can be a societal cost. in terms of health, in terms of productivity, even in terms of groundwater depletion. So we must think through an approach where we believe that everybody should get water, not just because we deserve water, but because it's important for all of society that everybody get this access to clean water. It might be the cheapest way to get everybody water, honestly.